Yeah, I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a roll.
Hola, ¿cómo estás to the Floor20 family? Muy bueno. Yeah, we're going international with this one. Prashit, how are you doing today, brother?
Parlez-vous français, Prashit?
My boy.
Beaucoup et Prashit et toi? No, what? No, shit, I just remixed Japanese and French together. My bad.
Okay, Sastrikal. Okay,
bro. Bro. Oh, man, it's been a hectic week over here, eh? How about yourself?
Yeah, it's been good, mate. It's good. Oh, well, to be fair, bro, I've had a bit of a different one. It's been a bit more chill over these ways. Just maxing, relaxing. Like the Fresh Prince says. But yeah, I actually wanted to share a little bit about the set with you. I'm not sure if you can see anything a little bit different.
Oh.
I had to go for a little
Air
shop.
Force Ones and my Air Force Ones.
I had to. It's been so long.
I see them clean.
I've never had a pair. And it's been too long, and I can't believe I've let myself drag 26 years without them. So I had to do myself a favor, pick up some Air Force Ones, and man, I'm just sniffing them. I'm like, bro. I'm just nourishing them. I am. Oh my gosh.
It's like previously I thought, okay, Chucks are the most versatile shoe. Yeah. You can dress it up, dress it down, whatever. Yeah. But honestly, I think Air Force Ones might take the cake because you can, if you have crispy white ones, you can put it like with a work outfit. Yeah. You can dress it up with street clothes. But you have to keep it crispy white. That's the thing. But the other thing is it's leather, so it's easy to clean.
Ah, yeah. Well, I've seen.
Stays new.
I mean, I'm excited to don them for the first time. I don't know what I'm gonna, what ceremony or what's gonna, allow me to whack them on for the first time. I'm just at home for most of these days. But yeah, I've seen all those memes on Instagram where it's like people proposing and they take their J's or they take their Air Force Ones off so they don't get a little crease in them. I'm gonna take good care of these. These are my babies. I'm gonna take good care of them. Yeah, but
there's what else we got? This influencer got roasted because he did this like TikTok challenge in do you know the Dior Jordans?
The Dior,
the like
yeah.
12,000. Yeah, the 15 grand or something. Like he did a challenge and he bent down and he completely did exactly what you said. He completely creased it and he's just getting roasted in the comments. But he's like, "Yeah, I got money to buy another one. I'm all good. Like, don't worry about yourself."
Damn, boy, look at me, look at you. Yeah, that sort of energy, eh? Holy. Damn.
Look at us on my as rich as food. Bro. So myself, man, the week was bro, honestly, this California heat wave has been kind of crazy, man. Like I've just been struggling throughout the days. I'm gonna actually invest in a indoor like AC unit, bro, because like it makes the days so difficult. But regardless of that, I went up to the city yesterday. We went and caught up with a friend and we did like We just did like a walk of the city, bro. We fucking clocked like 10, 11 kilometers yesterday in the sun.
Hey, man.
I'm
get shredded or what?
I'm a few shades darker, I'll tell you that. But
there you go.
No, it was a good walk around. I will tell you, like when you walk around the city, and part of it we were on this like trail along the beach, and you just sometimes you get in a situation where you're like, okay, the nearest bathroom is like 30, 40 minutes from here, but I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. Bro, I was looking for, because it was a kind of a busy trail. And I was like looking, I was like, fuck, where can I like climb up the mountain behind a tree? So I don't want to get like indecent exposure up in here, you know what I'm saying?
That's not like you, mate. You're usually pretty on point with your timing, aren't you?
Oh, my timing's pretty good, bro, but I just mismanaged it. And I mean, eventually I had to hike up this mountain, bro, probably like, I don't know, 20, 30 meters, and then try and get behind a tree, make sure there's no blind spots where someone can see me. And I get up there and I start peeing, and then I hear voices behind me, and I realized that I'd climbed up so high that I was near the green on a hole on a putting course. And there were these golfers coming and walking down, bro. I had to like shift midstream.
Oh, that's potentially one of the hardest things to do of all time. You want to stop the stream, move somewhere, then keep going? Man, that pain is intense. Wow. Can't believe you did that.
Don't they call those lightning strikes? That's what they call them, because you get that jolt, bro. That's what it's called, man. And bro, speaking of fucking lightning strikes, man, the other thing that's been pain in the ass out here is, well, it's the fires, bro. California is like on fire. I think there's something like 600 fires all across California.
Man, that's crazy.
And bro, just last week we were talking about thunderstorms and shit.
Yep.
Apparently there were 12,000 lightning strikes last week.
12,000.
And Bro, 12,000, and that
Please.
caused 600 fires. It's really bad. Like, we went up and you could not see the Golden Gate Bridge from like the waterfront, and the smoke was just so thick. And then like down here, even where we are, because there's fires south of here as well. Like, you can't even open the windows because you start coughing. Like, there's actually smoke pollution
Crazy, man.
everywhere.
Bro, that's wild.
It's fucking nuts, man.
I mean,
like,
I can relate to it. I think from what you're telling me, it's a bit of a degree higher because BC actually get wildfires most years. If I can remember back to my first year here, 2018, pretty much for the whole month of August, there was just a lingering smoke all around the city. And so I kind of know what you're talking about, but I don't think it's to that level. And you know what? I was, you know, with my job, as you know, I do cold calling for everyone back home. I do cold calling as my job here for the moment. And I was calling this person in California, and she picks up her phone, and I try to start my selling process, and she says, I can't talk right now. I've been told to evacuate my house because of the California wildfires. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? Please be safe and you know, have a good day. But like, just to like hear that.
Hey, can I schedule in for another time next week? Does it?
I was just like, yeah, you know, have a great day, and I won't sell anything to you. But it's just crazy, like hearing that, you know, like stuff like this is going on, and maybe it doesn't get enough attention. And like the Australian bushfires that happened, you know, late last year, early this year, like.
That was crazy.
It only really started picking up attention in North America and other places after a couple of months. Like, these kind of things we need to get on quicker, I think.
Yeah, bro. I mean, this is the climate change thing. It's real, bro. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know what the solution is, but I think the thing is, man, like, when there's no humans, there has been times where the global temperatures rise and stuff like that. But when there's no humans, wildfires just happen. And then why do wildfires happen? It's because there's droughts, the trees dry up, so there's no like water inside the tree. So one little spark can just set the whole thing on fire. But the problem is when we add humans in, if you don't do like controlled burns and let a certain section burn out, then if you keep saving it, then you save this section, then this section, then this section. Now all of a sudden, instead of having a small dry section, you've got a big ass dry section. And if it all catches fire at once, that's when it goes out of control. Because, like, wildfires are supposed to happen. Like, they are. Like, they're supposed to burn, then the new crops grow. Like, you know, that's just how it works. That's how nature works. But I guess when we try and conserve it and stop the wildfires, then it almost like, it's like putting a Band-Aid on the issue, and then all of a sudden it just blows off the top.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it can even be, you know, human inflicted, you know, started by humans, as simple as flicking a cigarette into a bush. Like you say, when it's highly, you know, reactive to those sort of things, one little spark of a already lit cigarette can start it. So guys, be careful out there, I guess, is my message to you. Like, these are very important, and it can take away lives. So
bro, for the fires last year or the year before, the company that supplies power all across California, bro, they got sued because they weren't maintaining their lines, and one of their lines failed and sparked and caused the wildfires that killed like a whole bunch of people.
See, that ain't it. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You got to be a bit smarter.
Anyway, bro, should we move on to some brighter things up in here?
Yeah. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. We both watched some DC movie trailers that came out recently, and I want to hear your thoughts. I know there's a couple, and there's a couple other movies coming out as well. So hit me with your thoughts. I know, and you know what? Like, I know I like Marvel, I like DC, but I feel like this is your space, bro. Like you got us here. So talk to me.
So yesterday was the DC fandom or DC fandom, whatever the hell it's called. But like Disney and Marvel has their own one like every year, every couple of years, where they like show all the trailers and teasers and announce like their whole slate of new shows. And so this was DC's like kind of first big one. They've done little ones in the past, but this was their first big one since like reorganizing and doing all that. So yesterday we got the trailer for Wonder Woman 2. Not much to say on that. It just looks like a sick movie. Yep. We got the trailer, like a little teaser for Suicide Squad. Yep. Looks like, you know, they have changed the entire cast basically, bro. Like John Cena is like the male lead now instead of Will Smith.
Oh, shit.
John
You can't
Cena.
see me.
And there's like a whole bunch of other shit like Shazam 2, But the two that I wanted to focus on today,
I think I know.
one was
I know.
The Batman, right? And then,
Okay,
and the little one is they're doing a re-release of Justice League. It's like Zack Snyder's cut, which is the director, and apparently it's like way different and way better. And then the final one is The Rock's new movie. So starting off with the Batman, bro, we talked about this in one of our first episodes on how Robert was gonna do and how he was gonna look in the suit. Bro, I tell you, man, he looks clean.
This is fire. This is fire.
Bro, he looks legit, right? Like, he looks like a slick Batman with the suit on.
Yep.
But then he does pull off the Bruce Wayne as well.
Oh man, I think he had one line. I forget what he said, but he hit that low note, and I was like, that low raspy voice, and I was like, man, Robert Pattinson, you have moved.
Oh, he said,
He said,
this is vengeance.
oh, I'll tell you what, Robert, you have moved on from Hufflepuff Cedric Diggory, bro. You are the Batman now. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the suit looked fucking sick. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't look into who the bad guy was. I thought, is it Penguin? I couldn't even put my finger on it.
Sure.
But the suit looked sick. The new, I don't know if it's still Captain Gordon, but the new like chief of police looks like he's a good character. But for me, bro, the freaking Batmobile was sick. It's like a Mustang,
man, that looked
like
dope.
chopped up Mustang. But the best thing for me was the little fight scene that they showed. Like, it showed him dislocate somebody's shoulder, and then he just went boom, boom, crushing somebody's skull.
It was graphic, bro. Man,
It was graphic, and bro, that's that shit I like, bro. Like, because usually Batman has his he lives by his code where he doesn't kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he'll just like hang people up using like the ropes, or he'll knock people out, or he'll stun them. But this Batman looks like he's popping skulls. Like, I'm into this.
Just think
I'm here for this.
I think if you look at the Batman throughout the years, like, it's continually getting. I don't want to maybe use the word darker, but it's continually going towards that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, more graphic, showing exactly what Batman has to do to protect Gotham. So, oh man, this looks. I'm pumped up for this. Like,
the thing that I'm kind of looking forward to is I think they've made the decision not to focus too much on making like Wonder Woman and Batman try and tie into the Justice League. Mm-hmm. You know how Marvel did that thing where every movie was tied in? I think they made the decision. They said, look, we just can't do it as well. So they're going to make every movie standalone and then just have Justice League as like a combined movie. Oh, but I think it's good in a way because now hopefully we get like the Batman trilogy that's as good as the Dark Knight trilogy.
Got it. Just the Batman purely.
Those movies.
Well, I can even
just the Batman.
Yeah. What about back in the day when it was was it 4? They did 4 in a row. They had like the Joker with Jack, and then they had Penguin, and they had Arnie as Mr. Freeze and Uma Thurman with Poison Ivy as the first crush for us. But like those movies were like iconic, man. Like, come on, sick.
Yeah, they were. They were iconic. And yeah, I think like DC just wasn't able to hit the mark in terms of like tying together this decade-long storyline, and it was just too much pushback. So I think they did the right thing, and even like the Joker movie that came out last year, just letting it be its own thing.
Yeah, man.
Like, I think that was a smart idea. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just thinking about it here. I like the idea of not tying everything in, because then you like get really confused as to like how that impacts that, and if you miss one little bit, you might just, that whole storyline doesn't make sense for you. So I like this. I'm pumped up for it.
I agree, man. I'm actually real keen for the Flash movie. Like, I reckon that'll be sick, because I watched the Flash TV show, but like I'm just imagining it with that DC budget, like that big budget. I think it's gonna be a sick movie, bro. Damn. I think it's gonna be a sick movie.
Okay, sweet.
But so the other movie I wanted to talk about is the Rock movie, bro. Yeah, bro. So he's gonna play Black Adam, and I don't know if you saw the little teaser for that. He's like got lightning powers and shit. Yeah. So I have a theory, bro.
Oh, fan theory.
Yeah, a little fan theory. So, you know, back to Marvel. Like, I'm not gonna dive deep into the weeds, but the Disney like cinematic universe. Disney. And Marvel. They didn't own the rights to their big superheroes. They had sold those off to Fox, like Spider-Man and Hulk and things like that.
Okay.
So that's why and those are the most popular superheroes. And actually, before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man were kind of looked at as like the tier B superheroes. Like they weren't the A-list, right?
Yeah.
But Robert Downey Jr. did such a good job in Iron Man that Iron Man became the poster boy, and it superseded everything else.
Yeah.
I have a theory. Like, I know some people think the Rock's movies are cringe and this and that. I'm a Rock stan.
I know where
Bro,
you're going.
I think the Rock's movie is gonna have so much success just because of how big he is, and I think they're gonna do the movie so well. And then also there's the kid from like all these Netflix like little teen romance movies, Noah Centineo. He's in it as well, so I think they're gonna get all that young crowd in as well. Bro, I think The Rock might go above like Superman and Wonder Woman. I think he might become the poster boy of DC, and then they're gonna have to like kind of intertwine him.
Well, I had a similar way of thinking, and that's really interesting you bring that point up. I was watching all the trailers last night, just like refreshing my mind on the DC world, because I'm not a bit as big a fan as you, but I do like watching the movies.
Right.
So I was just giving myself a refresher, and just watching The Rock, man. You know, we know how successful he was in the wrestling arena. We know how successful he's been in is he the highest paid actor or some shit? Like he's there you go. There you go. And so he succeeded at everything that he's doing. His tequila, you tried that, Teremana. I just think that the way that he operates in terms of his mindset, I agree that this is going to be very successful, and this is the movie that I'm excited most for. And that's kind of big for me because Batman was always my favorite DC character or DC series, and so I actually am more excited for Black Adam than Batman. I'm pumped up to see what The Rock's got for us.
Oh, bro, he's gonna be cooking. And just like a little side note on his tequila, remember I put my statement on it. I said Teremana's gonna be worth $1 billion within like a year or two, right?
Yeah.
Bro, Ryan Reynolds, his little gin company that no one's really even heard of, Aviation Gin, which he bought into just like a year and a half ago or something, 2 years ago. That just got sold for $600 million.
Really?
So like, these celebrities and their liquor brands, bro, they're just going off. I'm thinking about becoming a connoisseur and putting something out myself.
I think once Floor20 grows, we can just start a little Floor20 option here.
Floor20 tequila.
It'd have to be tequila. It'd have to be tequila. I can't do Jaeger these days. Jaeger's university. Can't do it anymore, man. Can't do it.
And vodka's just petrol, bro. Like, but I think anyway, that's the DC universe. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the next movie, I don't want to dive into it, but I just want to say, if you have time, and I think it comes out in Canada next week. Watch Tenet. Try to go to cinemas, bro. It's Christopher Nolan's next movie. It's the guy that made the Dark Knight series, the guy that made Inception. Like, go watch that in cinemas. It's got Denzel Washington's son in it. And Robert Pattinson's in it as well.
Man, for some reason that rings a bell. I might have just seen it come up somewhere, but man.
It's been like they've been pushing it down our throat during the NBA playoffs.
Okay, that's where I must have seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure when it comes out, but when it comes out, let's try and coordinate us both watching it. I've got to figure something out here because the cinemas are like closed. But we've got to review that shit as soon as it comes out.
Book that in. And you know what? LeBron James dropped a little teaser trailer of himself, if you will. Space Jam 2, he walked out with that uniform, that aqua turquoise with the orange, I guess, like circular shape on the side. He was walking towards the camera looking all mean mugging. Oh, man. I like it. I like the uniform. What do you think?
It's got hints of that Miami aqua.
Oh, yeah.
That uniform.
I hear you.
It's
Miami
got
Vice
hints of
Nights
that.
or Miami
I like
Nights,
it.
or was that what it's called?
Yeah, the Vice Nights, yeah. Bro, I'm here for it. Like, bro, the Space Jam merch is always so legit. Like, the hats and the t-shirts and the singlets, like, you can just rock that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. It's been added to my I need that list right now. The right now list.
Bro, I want to see, like, this, because there's been little shit coming out about, like, the old Space Jam and how players just stayed back just to play pickup basketball because it got so intense. Like, I want to start hearing all the stories about like Damian Lillard on set and AD. Like who else went on set like I want to see all that, man.
Oh man,
I'm hyped for this.
I think, and then LeBron actually, something was released of LeBron thanking everybody after everybody put it. It's like a clip. It's like a 2.5 minute just voice clip of him saying thank you for this, and he's just dropping F-bombs all over the place. If you haven't heard it, You should like listen to that. He's just like raw and
Alright.
just talking about his experience of acting, like long days during the off season, things like that, and it's actually pretty sick to listen to. But man, Space Jam, how good! It actually like got me thinking, like, what are the top sports movies of all time? I know we're touching on movies here. Like, I have a list here, but I'm interested in hearing your thoughts as the ones that really like just like, sparked your interest and resonated with you growing up, or even in the last few years. What do you reckon?
Yeah. For me, I think I put sports movies into two categories. Okay. I think I have the fun, comedy, enjoyable ones, and then I have the dramatic ones.
Got it.
So the ones that come to mind for me on the fun comedic side, like Mike with Bow Wow.
Be like Mike,
right? Like it was just they had real NBA players in there. Like it was just sick. Like I thought it was just cool, right? Yeah. Then, bro, for me, a little shout out to the early days Air Bud. Remember the little dog ones?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But honestly, the best one for me, in terms of the comedy one, The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good, bro.
How good! One of the greatest comedies. Adam Sandler, can't go wrong. Soundtrack unbelievable. Like Nelly's in there, Steve Austin's in there. Oh, it was just that movie was like an iconic piece of my childhood.
Bro, those are three that I didn't have on my list, but like, they're so sick, man, so sick. I wanted to. Go ahead.
Then on the other side, so I've got in terms of the drama ones. I love fighting movies. So
Rocky.
Creed, Never Back Down, Rocky, Southpaw, and then in terms of like. I put those in my apex because whenever I watch those ones where the fucking actor gets in shape and like you have these sick training
Michael
montages, that shit like that sticks with me for a long time. But then like honorable mentions for me, like Coach Carter, Gridiron Gang, those typical ones where it's a struggle, bad team, then they go and they
yeah. Emotional.
What about you? Emotional. What about you?
I'm gonna bring my list up in front of me here. So I jotted down a few. My favorite movie of all time, as I've told you guys before, is Happy Gilmore. So obviously with the golf aspect, I can go word for word with that movie. Love it so much. I've got obviously Space Jam. That just goes without saying. I got one is He Got Game. That's when Ray Allen acts as Jesus Shuttlesworth with Denzel Washington.
Yep. Denzel,
Man, I love that movie so much. Just a glimpse into what it's like coming from the streets, going to high school, college, to the NBA. Oh man, that's absolutely unbelievable. I just want to share a little snippet from that because I just love it so much. So when these colleges are like trying to sell themselves to Jesus Shuttlesworth, played by Ray Allen, like the way that they did it was taking him around the campus, showing him what they're going to do with his basketball career, and then at the end, they gave him one room with like 3 ladies just waiting for him and said, "Here you go, mate. This is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get if you come into this college." And I was like, wow. That's actually an insight into what happens. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. We don't even know about it, but wow.
Bro, those college recruiting stories are so crazy. Like, there's been schools caught out for hiring, like, strippers and, like, hookers and shit for 18, 19-year-old kids coming. Yep. Like, you have administrative staff telling one of the existing players, "Hey, show him some fun." Like, as in, like, set up a party for him, show him some fun. It's crazy, man. The business behind that. It's so, I mean, I guess it's good and bad, right?
I mean, like,
it's good and bad.
You know what appeals to an 18-year-old or 19-year-old kid, right? So, like, they're just playing on it.
Bro, what's the sauce that you ask for when you get some McNuggets from McDonald's? What's the sauce?
Well, the ranch? What are you on about?
No. Sweet and sour, baby. Sweet and sour all day.
Yeah.
That's for these visits. That's sweet and sour.
Oh, damn. That's right. But, another one. Also, I have Coach Carter on my list. That's just, as you touched on, it's pretty sick. Yeah. White Man Can't Jump. Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes. Man, all-time classic.
That's a good one. I think that one, the vibes of LA, they take it over. Like, that's what's sick. Venice and shit.
Yeah, that's what is like makes you want to go to LA and Venice Beach, seeing those guys just playing out there. I thought that was a sick movie, just a feel good type movie. And then lastly, one that you might not have heard is Lagan. So this is a Indian movie. It's a cricket movie.
Oh, is this a cricket one?
Yeah. It's
I don't know if I've seen this,
man.
though.
Like, it was based in with the British rule of India. and how like you know
Yeah.
cricket is massive in India and it's also massive in England. It's just combining the two, and
Right.
man, I honestly, guys, if you like aren't into Indian culture,
what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this movie? Is this the blind kid or what is this?
Oh, man, you know what? It was such a long time ago that I can't like pinpoint details, but like I just think that even if you're not of Indian heritage or whatever the case may be, like this is just a sick movie to watch because it's just a story of once again how people from the street can make it playing professional sport,
Right.
and how the some British people helped the people in the slums who had natural cricket talent actually play.
Yeah.
And oh man,
Yeah,
it's just a fun movie to watch, like a feel good movie, honestly, bro. Sick.
Bro, similar to one of my favorite Nike commercials. Have you seen that one where you might have not seen it, but it's Ronaldo and Cristiano Ronaldo, and he like collides heads with some kid, and they wake up the next morning in each other's life. So the street kid is now waking up,
Freaky
opens
Friday.
his garage, sees the Bugatti. Yeah, it's Freaky Friday. Sees his abs and shit. He's playing and like he's
haven't
not
seen that.
like all his teammates are like, Ronaldo, what's wrong with you? And then meanwhile, Ronaldo's in the body of this like poor kid in like Liverpool or some shit, and now he's just tearing it up, and he makes it to the professional grade, and then him and Ronaldo face off each other, and they're both looking at each other now, and then they hit heads again, but then they like show respect.
Man.
That's a sick commercial, man.
Bro, that's dope.
Nike be hitting those commercials.
Nike doing the feels right now. They had that diversity one that came out. Oof, that was nice.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. I mean, those are some pretty sick movies. If you haven't watched them, give them a crack and let us know what you think of it. We're interested.
Sports movies especially, like when you get those when you get the soundtracks as well, like it's just you put them into the gym with yourself, like it pushes you to
bro,
the
what
next
about
level.
something that's popped into my mind? High School Musical, the Wildcats. Come on now.
We're all in this together. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like I pretended that I had watched it and knew what I was talking about for like 5 years, but I'd never even just gone around to watching it. Then I went back and watched like the first one and the second one. And there was one song that I thought was actually decent. That gotta get your head in the game. Bro, like Disney Channel was dominant for a little while.
Bro, slapping hard. That's crazy.
They had some bangers.
Bro, that's sick.
More hits than the Beatles.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, guys, give it a crack. But I did wanna keep it moving here. And as you guys can see, I got my Black Lives Matter T-shirt on today.
Yep.
And appreciate how you asked me a couple of weeks ago, Devin, what's your purpose in life? And I kind of didn't really have an answer for you. I've been thinking about it ever since you asked me, and I really think that like what I feel very strongly about and very passionate about right now is helping with the Black Lives Matter movement and helping move from social injustice to social justice, move from inequality to equality. I think that really is becoming my purpose in life, bro, as I move forward, and I'm realizing it and I want to take action on it. So that's just a throwback to that question. And I was watching something new that came out from Jordan Peele on HBO. So if you're in Canada, it'll be on Crave. Lovecraft Country. And it's about black travelers, in the 1900s and kind of what they have to go through. So it's an entertainment show, but it's also Jordan Peele trying to show what black people exactly had to go through to ensure that the chat is still around Black Lives Matter. And it's just shot very cinematically. There's different aspects to it. So it's basically it's based in the real world, but he also brings in some little fantasy things here and there, which just makes it fucking awesome, bro. Honestly, I don't want to give away.
What time period is it? Is it like 1950s, 60s? Do you know? Is it Black Civil Rights movement?
Yeah, I believe it's around that time, bro. I believe it's around that time. And I don't want to like dive in too much, but guys, like this is just like it's a fun series to watch. You're also gonna like educate yourself. It's fucking awesome. I do want to like give you a little snippet into it without spoiling anything. So
Yep.
So have you ever heard of a sundown town or a sunset town or a sundown county?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So this is based 1900s America, maybe up to the 60s, let's say. And in these towns, if you're a black person, you have to be out of the town by sundown, or else the sheriff's are legally obliged to kill you. To kill you. And so these are all white towns, obviously. And even if they so much as see a black person, they're like disgusted, which is shocking, like absolutely just shocking. But there's a scene in here where this black family passing through had to just stop for a tinkle in the bushes because they just had to do that, and the sheriff pulls up behind them, and I don't want to dive too deep in here, but just a little snippet. So he says, "You guys have 7 minutes to exit this county, or else I am going to hang you. All 3 of you. I'm going to hang you."
Oh, God,
and so,
damn.
So there's 7 minutes until sundown, and they're probably about 7 minutes away from the border. So they have to get in their car and drive straight away. But the sheriff is being such a dick about it. He's following them. So they know if they speed to get to the border, the sheriff will pull them over because they're breaking the law by speeding. And if he does that, they will go over the time limit and he will kill them. So the sheriff is following them right on their tail. He's going right at the speed limit, the black family. And I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there for you guys as like a snippet into it. But it's just so...
So wait, so is this is it a full-on drama, or there's some comic elements? Because like Jordan Peele, he's the Get Out dude, right?
He's the Get Out. He's the Us
writes
guy.
comedy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, there's a next project. Fuck, I'm keen.
Bro, next project. This is going to be a big one. So it's week by week episodes as well.
I love that.
It's going back to what we talked about a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Bro, like it's got me thirsty for the next episode. But there are little drops of comedy in there, but it's mainly just a very cinematic show about what black people had to go through. At the start, it shows, bathrooms, a black bathroom, a white bathroom, a bus where it had the colored people section, a fast food colored people section. Just really educational. And I guess the reason I wanted to try and talk about it was to fulfill our rights, Prashit, as people, to continue the conversation. But also, I saw on Instagram someone that I followed, or we followed, as Floor20. He was making a post about All Lives Matter. And also, my brother in his workplace had someone tell him All Lives Matter. It's just like... If you find yourself saying that, or you think that, I just feel like you need to educate yourself further, because that's not correct. As facts, that's not correct.
Right.
And this show will actually really will show you what black people had to go through. And if you're a person of non-black ethnicity, you didn't have to go through that. And so therefore, it's not All Lives Matter, it's Black Lives Matter, because they're continually suppressed into that corner. They don't have the same opportunities as us to escape and just live a fulfilled life. So that's why it's Black Lives Matter, guys. And just wanted to continue the conversation and help create change. All
lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. Right.
That's it. That's a great way to put it.
That's it. The show, does it have an underlying storyline, or is it like week by week different type of stuff?
It does have a storyline, and like, given the first episode, I wasn't able to catch on to exactly what's going on. I was just so consumed by each different moment. But can I say that like there is like a little supernatural / out of this world, just not real,
just to remix it up.
Remix up a little bit. So yeah, it's a must watch.
Gotcha. Well, definitely. I think let's stay on that, and then I think where the Black Lives conversation is continuing is in sports, and the NBA is doing a great job of that with the uniforms. Before we dive fully into sport, I do want to say Israel Adesanya's got his fight coming up with Paulo Costa in about a month in September. UFC. I should be back in town for that one.
Yeah, boy.
So we'll be watching that. But if you can, week by week, they're going to be releasing, I think week by week they should be doing it. They're going to be releasing like build-up episodes.
Okay.
Let's see if you can watch them as well. Yep. Something, cool might come up, something as a conversation piece. But if we move things into the bubble, man, there's a lot of things going on in the NBA.
Oh, man. Talk to me. What do you got on the list there? Fuck, I'm excited.
Yeah, so the first one I want to say is just a quick shout out, Miami Heat 3-0. What it do, baby?
Hey, well done, man.
And then
against a good Indiana team as well, man.
Yeah. And then I wanted to talk about Dallas and the
Stop flopping, big man.
Clippers, which I think they're going to be tipping off for game 4 now? Or game 3 now? Game 4 now?
Game 4.
Game 4 now. I don't know if Luka is playing because he's hurt his ankle, and we know them feels.
Oh, yeah.
But it really upsets me because I'm telling you, bro, the way that Paul George is playing like a bum.
Oh,
I think
Pandemic
that
P. He ain't playoff
Dallas,
P. Pandemic P.
Yeah, he's Pandemic P. Bro, I think Dallas could have actually cleaned them out.
Oh, my God, man. Game 1, Chris Stapps gets thrown out. Game 3, Luka goes out. But they were on top at both those points. Man.
Both those points, bro.
Come on now.
Bro, Dallas is a dangerous team. Like, genuinely, I think they could have knocked off the Clippers. We know that sprain, to have to leave the game within 2 days. I don't think Luka's going to be same for the entire series.
He won't, bro.
Hopefully, he can. If he comes back, maybe he can still play his game because he does have he can play a skill game. He doesn't have to play the speed game, right? But that's the second series I've been watching the most. I've been keeping up with that series. Shout out to Chris Paul. Absolutely smashed it down the stretch against the Rockets.
My God.
Bro, did you see those fucking 3-pointers that he was chucking in?
Literally
old man CP3
throwing up, and then that last play of regulation when he drew in 3 players, kicked it out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the 3-point to tie it, take to overtime. Good. Oh man, he's still got it. The point God.
It is kind of sad that he's like, because he's got his massive contract, he's not going to waive that he's just gonna like see his days out in OKC. Yeah. Like, you would like to see him contribute on a winning team, but bro, they could knock Houston out.
I love support, like, as a Kiwi, we love supporting the underdogs. I actually can't see them knocking Houston out. James Harden, because
Russ still ain't back, is he?
He ain't back, but we've got to remember that James Harden got fouled out early in the OT, and that's when OKC pulled out. So I think Harden will be too much for them to handle, unfortunately. Hopefully they can take it 7 games or something like that, though. That'd be fun. Dallas, wow, incredible. I just really hope. I don't think Luka's going to be the same, but I hope he can come back. But what about Utah, bro? Yep. What about them coming out the blocks?
Bro, that series is a competitive series, man. I think those two teams are going to be, because they will have young stars. When this crop of like LeBron and that retire in 3 years, those teams are going to be the top of the pile. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray just trading shots. Crazy. But I got to mention as well, my LA boys, the Lakers. LeBron, I wanted to point something out. So LeBron was hitting the mean mug after a couple of his shots. You know, there you go. I'm a mean mugging, like Kobe after his first slam dunk comp. And also that one. Yeah. Also, happy birthday to Bean. Rest in peace. It's your birthday today, bro. So happy birthday to you, man. So I wanted to point something out. When LeBron goes into his playoff mode, it's much greater than this Dame time concept. I'm sorry, guys. There's levels to this.
It's
like
different.
Dame time, you can have your little section. Some teams might be scared of you, but LeBron James playoff is crazy. And I wanted to point something out. We both played Tekken. If you guys play Tekken, listen up. So, you know how Jin converts to Devil Jin and just goes wild? I want to try and start something. LeBron in the playoffs, everyone's got a little playoff nickname. I think it should be Devil LeBron. I think he goes evil mode. Okay. You remember that eyes that he did in 2012 Game 6 against Boston? Like, I think Devil LeBron is coming out now, and Devil LeBron is here, and Dame time is here. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. There's levels to this.
Bro, so, So, number one, it's been amazing to have the NBA back, right? And it's been a few years since I've prioritized NBA games into my life, and like especially when you're in New Zealand, they're during work hours and things like that. But being up here, honestly, it's been amazing to, like, you can't watch every game, you just can't. But to block off Laker games as me time, sit down on my beanbag, watch the Laker game, put the phone away, watch every single play, like, and be just encapsulated by it. Bro, it's something else. Like, I'm really falling in love with like the NBA again, and
Yeah.
I've been a bit down on it for the last few years. I don't know if it's because I've been the Warriors or just like, as I said, busy, and you just don't get the time to sit down and watch games.
Yeah.
But I'm just falling in love with it again, and
Fuck, I love
the
that.
little storylines in the games, like we've been seeing Melo and LeBron go back and forth. But I just want to say, on your note, bro, when LeBron turns it on, like,
Come on, man. Let's go.
you see him kick it into high gear, like in transition, layup, like in transition, draw the defender, kick it out, like just setting up shots for other people. You see these little spurts of 3 or 4 plays where he just takes over the game.
Oh, man.
And then I'm so happy that AD stepped up and he had his little 4-minute spurt where he took over the game, hitting those long range jumpers. But it's, bro, LeBron, the level that he brings it to, I don't know. It's just another level. And then the other thing I wanted to say is what I've been saying. After the first game, I was like, oh, it's fine. Okay, the Blazers won the first game. Trust me, they're going to get tired. And what do we see? We see Damian getting tired. We see Nurkic absolutely just lost out there. Like, he's so tired. And I want to say one thing. There was one point in the fourth quarter where Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and it might have been Danny Green, they all went down and hunched over onto their knees. And also you had like Nurkic and I think CJ also hunched over into their knees, tired. LeBron is standing up tall and he's ready to go.
Right.
And not heavy breathing through his nose. Like, it just reminded me of like Floyd Mayweather. Like, let's take you into deep waters.
Wow.
Like where the real sharks come out. Like, it's just something different, bro.
Man, that's crazy that you recognize that. Like, I just wanted to point something as well with LeBron. You know, everybody's saying that Giannis is comfortably the best player in the league. I just don't get it. I'm sorry, guys. Like, how can you guys pass up LeBron like that? Like, it's almost as quickly as you guys passed up Kobe. As soon as he stopped playing, you just forgot about Kobe. How dare you? And how dare you say Giannis is better than LeBron at basketball? Like, you guys can't. You analysts on ESPN, I'm calling you out. You can't sit there and get paid and tell me that Giannis is better than LeBron. LeBron might turn it on when he needs to and not always play at that level, but stop it. Come on now.
Bro, the thing is, it's the same thing we're seeing with Chris Paul. It's like, still to this day, there aren't really other point guards that control the game like Chris Paul. And I've been watching every episode of the JJ Redick podcast on YouTube.
Sweet.
It's been amazing, the interviews. He said D-Wade, Duncan Robinson, like a bunch of players from the bubble. And he was just saying, like, the amount that Chris Paul controls every possession of the game, like, is just, he's never seen another player do it.
Got it.
And it's the same thing with LeBron. Like, you really see, I was watching with my girlfriend, and she's like, damn, like, how does LeBron direct the field? Like, you just see him talking and doing this and like puppeteering, you know? Like, that's the thing that these younger players like Giannis and, I'm sorry, like John Wall, even when he's there, like even KD, like, they're sensational players. They dominate their position, they play, they score, they get assists. But there's something to be said about controlling the pace of the game, the ebbs and flows of the game, like the positions, the matchups. Like, it was so awesome yesterday. There was a point where, again, I was watching with my girlfriend, and she was like, it's cool to see somebody talk about things without the technical language. Like, it was a pick and roll into a switch, right? So LeBron drew Melo so the ball handler was, I think, like Caruso. Or AD, LeBron pulled Melo in with him to the pick and roll, and then LeBron got the mismatch on Nurkic.
Right.
And it was just so cool to watch and talk about how he's controlling the game.
Yeah.
And I just don't know in this next generation if there are players that are doing it like that.
I'm thinking there's not, bro. Like, I can comfortably say there's not. And maybe Luka, like, is maybe the closest to it, and he's only in his second year. But I think you got to give them time as well, because LeBron, early in his career, was bullish. He was to the rim, to the rim, to the rim. So look, he wasn't always like that. So it does take time to get to that point. But I just think LeBron needs to have some respect put on his name, and hopefully he can do that by bringing a championship with his third team, get his fourth title. That would be unbelievable. I'm excited for that one, man.
That's what I'm gunning for as well. Like, I don't really... That's the one storyline. I just want LeBron to get more chips there.
Yeah.
Bro, before we move on to the final conversation, the NBA draft, you did bring up Kobe's birthday. I wanted to ask you, what are your favorite one or two Kobe moments? Or not moments, because moments mean you could go back and watch them. Like memories. What are your memories, or like where you experienced it live, or like something happened? Like, what are your like one or two favorite memories?
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Excluding his last game.
Excluding last game. Kobe Bryant. Okay. I want to say. Okay, I want to track back. So I'm gonna start forward and I'm gonna track back in time. So these are moments that I witnessed, not like ones that I was too young. Right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I just want to call out that whole 2012-13 season. So this is when we got Dwight Howard. We missed out. We had Chris Paul initially. We missed out on him. Steve Nash went down early. Power wasn't the same. But Kobe Bryant, I believe, what was him? He must have been 35 at the time or something. And like,
yeah, he was
35. Yeah. And people were just thinking like, Kobe is over. This is the reign of the new boys coming through. But he just somehow slapped it up another notch, and like he was Kobe Bryant for one more year. I think he had like 5 dunks that year where it was on people. There was one in Brooklyn where he dunked on 2 people. He dunked on Josh Smith in LA on his head. Boom. See you later, Joshy.
And that was the one where he got bumped even higher.
Yeah, bumped. That's it.
Yeah,
He got thrown up higher. Bang. Man, oh man.
Yeah, he turned it on. I think he averaged like 27 points that year or something. Like, he just flipped it.
Yeah. The shot over Dwayne Wade. I forget what year it was.
That's the one. That's the one for
off
me.
the bank,
yeah.
Bro. My cousin Rohan, he was actually at that game, bro. He was at the game. He told me the crowd just went nuts. But I remember watching that one. That was a great one. There was one dunk in the playoffs, bro. I forget what year. I think it was against Charlotte in the first round of the playoffs, where he just flew up. It was around the 09-10 mark. He flew up high and bang, he knocks it down. Those couple playoffs against Phoenix.
Oh yeah, those two dunks that he had on it was still New Orleans at that time.
New Orleans, that's it. It was New Orleans.
Yeah. Those 2 dunks.
Those 2. Emeka Okafor, I think, felt the wrath. Emeka Okafor. But also those 2 playoffs back to back against Phoenix. Man, I forget what year. We're looking sort of mid 2000s now, late 2000s. Those battles against Steve Nash, and he had a couple of game winners where he pulled his shirt like this, and like, man, just crazy, bro. Yeah, he's a showman. He's an absolute showman.
For me, it was the Dwayne Wade one, and then the shot over Dwayne Wade, and then I followed the 08 Olympics like really, really closely, not just the US basketball team, but like the entire Beijing Olympics. I was just like really into it that year. And that was, like Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, like it was just such a great Olympics, and I remember just watching that USA basketball team a lot. And it during that D-Wade interview with JJ Redick, D-Wade said he's actually executive producing a documentary about the 08 Olympics. And part of it was he had this idea that he wanted to watch the final with Kobe and commentate on it. But he said, let me hold off on contacting him a few weeks until I get some other people locked into the project.
Fuck.
And then it was just slipped. So now they're taking a step back and they're rewriting the documentary to, I think, build a storyline to highlight Kobe's impact on that team, which I think is going to be really cool.
Wow, because 08 was the redeem team, right? And then 12 was the dream team number 2.
Bro, and there's already like, if you go back, I went back and watched a little bit of clips. Like, there's a lot of clips and footage and ESPN little documentaries about the 08 Olympics with like LeBron and Kobe and D-Wade and Kobe working out and the practices, and like that's just the height of our superstars. You know what I mean? Like that was like with all our superstars on that team. That was just like our heroes. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait till that documentary comes out.
I remember that one as well. And like so Melo and LeBron and D-Wade were only fresh in the league, and I think other guys were starting over them initially, right? I'm just trying to remember.
Nah, this is 04. That's
Sorry,
04.
my bad. That's 04.
Yep,
yeah. Sorry. Yep. An 08.
This is the 08. This is the Dwight,
Got it.
D-Wade, Mello, CP3, Deron Williams. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was that
I
whole
feel you.
squad.
I'm with you now, man. Wow.
Jason Kidd. That was a squad.
I think they had Michael Redd on that team. You remember Michael Redd? I think he was on the 08 team.
Yeah, I think he was on that team, like the last man shooter.
yeah.
But yeah, unbelievable. But anyway, that's talking about the older superstars. What about the new superstars? We just had the lottery. Let's talk about that and close it out for today.
Yeah, I mean, New York can't buy a trick. They just so there's something against the New York Knicks with this. You know, like last year they were talking about we're going to have KD, we're going to have Kyrie, we're going to have Zion, and now they've got none of them, and they've got the number 8 pick. I think they were scheduled to be number 6. They fell to 8. Oh my God! I'm actually to be fair, I haven't done too much research into this draft class, but I know there's a young shooter coming out of North Carolina, the short fella, forgot his name, LaMelo Ball, obviously.
Wiseman?
Who's that guy?
Was it Wiseman? Wiseman?
Wiseman's one.
Or was he Kentucky?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's not talk about what we don't know.
Yeah.
Let's focus on what we know.
Yeah.
Mellow Ball, baby. Like, where do you want to see him go?
I want to see him go to Charlotte. I want to see Michael Jordan take LaMelo Ball under. I want to see him exit LeVar, move into Michael Jordan. And then maybe we can even see this one-on-one between LeVar and Michael that he's been talking about.
Yeah. So the Knicks would have been perfect because all ball boys, they signed with Rock Nation. And Jay-Z's obviously Rock Nation, and Jay-Z's also the creative director for Puma. And it was rumored that LaMelo was going to sign this $100 million Puma deal. That would have been ideal. But my two choices for Melo, seeing that New York didn't pan out, or hopefully New York can trade up or something, one would be Charlotte, just because he would get a shit ton of game time. Maybe he signs a Jordan deal, and like that shit just pops off, right? The second one would be the Bulls, because it's a huge market, and then the Bulls, they're the 3rd or 4th pick, and they've got Zach LaVine.
4th, yeah. So,
but the one I don't want it to go to, but I don't know what would happen, is what if he did get drafted by the Warriors and he trained with Steph Curry and with Klay Thompson, became a marksman shooter, learned how to win? Like, what if he was their backup point guard? Like, I bet it's a trade-off, right? Like, what do you do?
So you're asking me what if? I think it wouldn't work because remember, just last season they tried to put D'Angelo Russell in there, and it's even I guess Steph wasn't there, Klay was there for a little bit, and it still kind of didn't work. I just think LaMelo can't go 1 or 2 now. Like he can't go to Minnesota or Golden State. They've got
3 or 4.
They have D'Angelo, and then Golden State, obviously with his stacked backcourt.
Wait,
I think he falls.
D'Angelo is basically LaMelo Ball.
The lefty.
I feel like that's very similar players. Not athletic, oversized point guards, skilled at passing, crossover, can shoot.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen anyone throw up floaters from the elbow like LaMelo, but like, I mean, let's see how that goes in the league. But I mean, I want to see him fall to 3 with Charlotte and see what Michael Jordan can do with him. Honestly, that would be fun.
The one thing I fear about that is like Charlotte just seems to be a hole. Like nobody, like they just can't get it together with their teams.
Fair enough.
But it is the East, so who knows? Like, I don't even know who's on that squad. Like, they got Scary Terry over there, don't they? Terry Rozier.
Scary
Like,
Terry. Yeah, I mean, I probably couldn't even. Is Michael Kidd Gilchrist still there? Like, I probably couldn't even name you any other players there, to be honest.
I don't know, man. But yeah, so I'm about to log off in a bit, and we'll close it out for today. We got the Champions League final on right now. I've got to catch on that, and then we've got the Clippers game going on right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I just want to slip in one trivia question for you. And whenever a soccer competition comes up, this is what I always bring up. Who was the only unbeaten team in the 2010 FIFA World Cup?
New Zealand.
Yeah, you go. You know it. You heard that, guys. New Zealand, the only unbeaten team.
There's a Kiwi kid, Indian Kiwi kid that plays for Bayern Munich. He's on the bench for the Champions League final. How good is that?
No way. So will he get a run?
Yeah. Maybe not in the Champions League final, but like he has had game time with Bayern Munich.
Damn.
He just got signed to them last year. I think some of our friends like Nigel and them, they know him.
Sing, right? He's a Sing.
Yeah, something. Yeah, sing something. What is
Yeah.
not Satnam Singh? That's the big boy in that's
Yeah.
basketball. Anyway,
Yes.
on that note,
Sweet guys.
Take us home,
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah, well, that was great. That was great. Like, keep us going here, guys. Keep us going. You know, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate it all, and we will catch you again next week. Appreciate the love. See you later.
So fine, I'm counting the world.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a roll, you see how it goes. MVP, a man so wavy, champ like Brady, boss like Jay.